Good morning from Australia. My name is Matt Nahat. Hello to all of our players. We are back with some In the Name of Progress, a Pathfinder 2 campaign set in the world of Eberron that I have written and we're going through together. We're trying to explore the world, make Throneport a better place because it's pretty much turned into crap. There's a lot of bad things going on that we're experiencing more and more of. Apparently, it just keeps on getting either worse or more. And just as a note, as we're getting started here, this is an adult stream made by adults for adults. There is adult content, including but not contained to graphic depictions of violence, a little bit of blood and gore here and there, not too horror oriented, just kind of, visceral, I suppose. Themes of war and PTSD and a lot of crazy adult things. So if you're not an adult, please go and support another creator who might be a little bit more oriented to that sort of thing. We welcome anyone that is going to stay, and we hope you have a good time with us. With all of that said, we are going to check in with our players and their characters, see where we're up to, what we're doing. Someone can, for the benefit of an extra hero point today, you start with 1, but for an extra hero point, would someone like to just summarize quickly where we're up to?
Yeah, well,
Sure.
so we did some investigation and found out that the missing I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank on the word archaeologist journals were offloaded to a auction house in the port district called Horgar's something. Let me see.
Yeah, it's Rogar. It's Rogar's auction house, but with an H at the start. It's a silent H, because of course it is.
Okay, Rogar's with a silent H auction house. And let's see, Mirrodin 42 and Anders headed down there to try and prevent the sale of that to somebody else before it got even harder to find. Meanwhile, Eladrin and drawing a blank on
Leah.
Leah wanted to go and update the Decaneth minister that we had gotten the job from back in the Carnathi zone.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, so that's what we're up to at the moment. So some of the party going from Daroon Gate basically down this way along East Rampart Street through this checkpoint here down to Portside for Rogar's auction house, and some of the party are instead going along North Rampart Street down into the Carnathi district and then down Viaki Way, or maybe take a shortcut through something like this on our way to Irongate, where the Kenneth consulate is, or enclave is. And so, yeah. Why don't we go to Portside first? So, for those that traveled along there, you guys arrive in Portside. Now, I don't believe that we've been in Portside before. I think we went around to Eris Square and Scuttle the last time that we were in the Port District. So let's tell you all about it. Give you a sort of view to the things that are going on here as you walk along the streets. Portside. Right. So, you will notice as you come into Portside that there are a lot more active guards here than perhaps other places. And these guards are either warforged, which would stand out to certain party members, or
it would distract the shit out of Anders if he hasn't seen that particular type of warforged before.
These are pretty stock standard. They're the most prevalent ones. They're not all exactly the same, and they're certainly nothing like Device 42. Essentially, they're made of metal, and like steel, and pretty just stock standard for the most part. There's quite a few of them, and in addition to those, there are people entirely dressed in metal armor, which seems to be not very well fitting and not very well made. Seems to be like ramshackle metal armor. Think, any of the sort of metal armor variants of Fallout kind of things, where, you just sort of raiders put together whatever they find and slam bits of metal together and weld bits of metal together and make it work. But they are docked out in those, and you can hear these guys coming from a long way away because all of their shoes are metal, all of the warforged are metal, and they make a great massive clanking as they're stomping around the streets. So that sort of soundscape in the background is definitely noticeable. In addition to this, you discover that the residents here live in rundown tenements, which are broken up by random inn catering to visitors, and it's made up of a lot of workshops and industrial buildings. And you see numerous waste dumps just seems to be like haphazardly placed all around this district. The foul streets where people come from all over Throneport in hopes to scrounge up something valuable from these dumps. And so there's a bunch of people just scouring through trash in this district down many of these streets as well. And so this is the sort of thing that you see and hear and smell as you're walking around in Portside. Okay. So, with that said, you are heading to Rogar's Salvage in the Portside district, and you notice that Rogar's Salvage is kind of to the south and west of this district, away from most of the dumps, and it's kind of on a slightly higher position than much of this area. It sort of overlooks the rest of Portside and Scuttle, which you wouldn't say is a particularly nice view, to be honest, but that's what it does. And it provides easy access to both Erith Square and East Market, because so it's kind of central. You could approach it via the East Market, you could approach it from Erith Square, so it's a nice central prominent position that he has. And essentially it's a bunch of yards that are fenced off, and then buildings which are sort of formatted like a warehouse. And there's a lot of auction rooms within this warehouse. And it's like a big shed in multiple directions where these auctions are undertaken. There's no auctioning going on in the auction house right now, but there's people wandering around the outdoor areas, looking at what is available on a day-to-day basis in that trade area, but there's not an actual auction underway at this stage. There are officers for Rogar and the others, but he is wandering around the area along with other valuers and pawn callers and assessors and sellers and buyers, looking to buy and sell goods. And I'll give you're pretty quickly able to go and find Rogar. He stands out pretty well, and anyone that you ask will be able to point, like give you a general description of what he looks like, as well as point out where he is. And so I've got a depiction of him. Again, these are imperfect depictions, guys. These are just generated. But here is a typically generic picture of Rogar. He's a orc. So sort of green skin, but you can see that he's kind of well kept for the most part, although he's pretty terribly scarred. Let me go over here and
love those metal tusks.
yeah, they're probably not metal tusks, but AI. What do you do?
Gotta cap them with something when they start rotting.
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like they even got like some etching on them.
So here is his actual description. Okay, this is what I didn't put in this whole thing, but this is essentially what I put in. This broad-shouldered, middle-aged half-orc wears a silver horseshoe through his large hawk-shaped nose, so you don't see that there, but he's got a silver horseshoe. His black, grey streaked hair is long, running down his considerably hairy back. His short beard has a bald vertical line down the left side where he has a poorly healed facial scar. So you see the facial scar, but not the line. Rogar's clothes are often on the formal side of business, especially during his auctions, when he takes great care with personal grooming. His authentic smile, effortless charisma, and easygoing personality are partly the result of being an adventurer in his younger years, and partly by the providence of circumstance that led him to retire early and the stalwart companionship of sailors, of which a steady trickle make their way through his bedroom. There we go. So, yes, you will meet Rogar Ilian. Basically, he will be talking with some would-be sellers of some items. He's behind some sort of counter, and he's looking at the thing, and he's asking them how much they think that this is worth, and all of that sort of stuff. You know the porn shows. We've all seen them. This is what he is currently doing.
What is it that they're selling? Is it anything of note?
This particular seller, right now, I hadn't generated exactly what it would be. If you would like there to be something specific, I'm happy for it to be something of interest to you. Otherwise, it's some sort of maybe valuable relic that they found.
Okay. It doesn't really matter, is what you're saying.
It doesn't really matter at this stage, no. Unless you want it to matter.
What do you mean grandma's teaspoon set's not worth is what we're hearing?
Right? Right? But we've had this in the family for 5 generations. Yeah, and Rogar looks at it and goes, yes. And your great-great-great-great-great-grandmother found it in a Cracker Jack box. Yeah. So
wait till he's done.
yeah. He processes the this thing. He'll politely, in this case, decline the purchase of whatever is being sold, and suggests what it might be worth, but he's not, it's not something that he's going to make money off of. So he decides to pass on this particular opportunity, and then he'll look up and he'll beckon those of you that are here over. And he says, "Oh, welcome to Rogas. How may I help you?"
Hi, Rogar. Why is there an H?
Oh, in me name, right? Yes. Well, that's just how I was born. They gave me an H. It's silent, but my parents, they sort of sometimes would emphasize it because, when I was in trouble, you used me full name and all that. Yeah, they would huff and puff. Rogar, they would say, and I would know I was in trouble.
Oh, okay. So it's not really silent unless you're not in trouble.
Right, yes. Indeed, but I don't say it normally. As I'm not in trouble. At least not very often.
Let's hope not, but it seems that you might have something that was stolen from Morden de Kenneth.
Stolen, you say?
Yes, some journals from
Books.
the journals from the architect. Sorry, I'm just trying to look back at the notes here.
We don't have his name.
Pietro.
Pietro de Kenneth. Yeah. Okay. He says, I did purchase some journals the other day, didn't I? Yes. Let's have a look. He starts to go through some paperwork. He wanders around, and he's just filing through some paperwork. He calls you back into, an inside area, leads you around. He points out a couple of things as he's walking, and he's just like, I just have to find the books. And he'll start leafing through his records, and he'll say, right, yes. I bought those off Jonathan Carnahan. He is an archaeologist, has an expedition. They were out in Thrain, searching for some giant ruins, is my belief, and they came across these journals, and yes, we have purchased those. Yes, indeed.
Well, he didn't get them in Thrain. He got them in the Carnathi zone.
Is that right?
Unless Morden de Kenneth is a liar.
Morden didn't say that. So what he has said, which might revise what 42 says, but maybe 42 understands it differently. It's up to you. But essentially, Morden didn't say as much as that. Essentially, when he introduced this, a certain someone was playing tricks on him, and so he found it pretty hard to like get out all of the information. But essentially, what he said was that they had heard rumors. The house had heard rumors that an archaeologist had found these, as in outside of Throneport, and brought them
Oh,
to
okay.
Throneport to sell them. And that because they are Pietro de Canith's journals and it's House de Canith, he would like them back. He considers them part of house property, but they weren't found in Throneport, and he didn't necessarily know where they were. He had heard that they were up for sale, and he's gone, it's got DeCanith's name on it. They belong to House DeCanith. Let's have them back, please.
Claiming ownership, but not saying they were stolen, basically.
Correct. So I apologize if it seemed otherwise, or if I didn't state it quite to that degree, but that is what he has essentially asked you to do.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'd just say, Mordred DeCaneth wants them back. How much do you want for them?
He says, auction is often a great place to barter for these things. Our process is, when something goes up for auction, there's sometimes a reserve price, but we lock those items away until the auction, where they cannot be perused, and then on auction day, we set them out and talk about their provenance, and then start, often at the reserve, and make our way up from there. I do think that these will fetch upwards of 200 gold pieces, if that is if they're I've checked their providence, and that's
you don't have a process in place at all for returning possessions to the rightful family outside of an auction. I mean, what would you feel if it was your own grandmother's or great grandmother's journals that came up for sale from someone else? There has to be a way to do this outside of them.
As you say. So he says, if it is found, and I will need to investigate this further, that they have indeed been stolen, that is one thing. However, if they are of archaeological finding, then they are up for purchase. People can purchase them. They have been found by an archaeologist in that case. And, well, it is up to every archaeologist in that case, isn't it? Whether they want to make money, or whether they want to maybe return it to a museum or to the family involved. And at this stage, I have purchased them. And, as such, I need to make my money back.
You paid 200 gold for them?
I did.
If you're selling,
I guess we have to go tell Mordred.
that is true. However, and as we're walking away, I will turn to 42 and say, however, if he's trying to sell them for 200 gold, he purchased it for far less than that.
Well, that would be the reserve price, right? He at least wants to make his money back, if not more, but he believes that they're worth it.
How many books are there?
It's essentially a single journal, or a bound collection together.
One item, though, is what I'm saying.
Right. It's one leather bound satchel, essentially. And there might be multiple sections inside. Yeah. But
is it visible where it's at?
No, it's locked at the moment.
It's locked.
It's locked away in the vault.
In the vault. Sorry, I missed some of it.
That's okay.
Did
So
someone already put it under reserve or not?
no. So essentially, he has purchased them. Upon purchasing things that are going to go up for auction, upon purchasing any things that are going to go up for auction, they go under lock and key in the vault until the auction day, and then on auction day they come out. The providence is displayed. People can mill around, have a look, and then bid on those items.
Oh,
Okay.
when
Then
is the auction?
while they're talking towards the end here, our dear friend, the orc, is going to hear in his mind, "Sir, there's a wraith in the vault." Casting message with the lovely benefit of conceal spell.
Okay.
Understand, Anders will not be an accessory to something. He won't turn you in.
Are you really an accessory if you don't know that it's happening?
Like I said, he's not going to turn you in, but he also is not going to participate or assist. That's kind of the situation.
Okay, so he hears something in his mind that says there's a wraith in the vault.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll see his forehead, like, just like he'll look like he's concentrating, or like there's something bothering him. Otherwise doesn't really respond. And continues to, talk about whatever he was talking about. But he looks like, to everybody else, like something's bothering him.
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's okay. I think someone's just sent a message to me. So
You know, look around. What do you mean?
oh well, there's magic in the world, and one of those things that can happen is that without actually saying anything, you can have someone hear in their mind the message that you had. Someone sent me a message saying that,
like a
Oh,
secret
so
message.
magic like this. Verbally conjure light.
that's right. Yes, magic like that.
So it's a secret
That's what
message?
he's talking about. Well, no, this one isn't. This one's light. I don't have message.
No, he got a secret message.
Yes, someone has sent me a message. I'm not
What was
sure
the
who. I
message?
didn't recognize the voice. Although,
Murden would have been smart enough to change his voice for that.
all right, make me a deception check then, please. See if
What was the message?
Oh, something about there being a wraith in the vault.
I've never seen a wraith. Can we go look at it?
So this deception check does show that your covering of your voice has been critically successful. So there's no way that he's going to know that the message was sent by you at this stage. He says, well, Just because someone has said that there's a wraith in the vault doesn't mean that there is a wraith in the vault, sir.
Well, shouldn't we look? Have you seen a wraith? I've never seen a wraith.
The vault is sealed, sir. I'm afraid we will not be able to go in there.
How do you get the things out for auction if it's sealed?
We unseal it.
Well, can we do that?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because it is not auction day yet.
When is auction day?
Saturday.
Saturday. Can I come and see the unsealing then?
Absolutely. In fact, you would be more than welcome.
Okay. Well, we have to go tell Morden to Kenneth that you want over 200 gold for his books.
He says, yes, I am aware of Mordrin de Kenneth. You can say hi for me.
Oh, has he caused you issues or problems in the past, or just a previous customer?
Oh, not at all, not at all. He has sold and bought many things through Rogar's merchandise.
Okay then, see you Saturday.
See you Saturday. All right.
And I am going to start leaving. I'm not going to push the issue.
Fair enough. So meanwhile, as the others are making their way to Iron Gate, those that went to Iron Gate have obviously arrived there already and are talking with Mordrin de Kenneth, who, again, I'm going to pop up here the depiction of him, and then I'm going to also read the description out, as I have a want to do, just so that we get a really solid understanding together of what he kind of looks like. And so, Mordrin de Kenneth. Here we go. A raven-haired, blue-eyed man recently emerged from his boyhood. Mordrin's experience with the war revolves around his father, who led a platoon of Warforged and died in the arms of Bronze, a Warforged now living in Port District. Bronze delivered Kerdrin's body to Mordrin's door just a handful of years ago, and Mordrin has been reeling ever since. Mordrin takes after his father in his looks, but not his physique. His angular face and wild stringy hair are synonymous with his branch of the family, as is his large, high-bridge, knobbly-tipped nose. He is slight, though not athletic, with long, thin fingers that lend well to his musical talent. So,
what's he like when I get in there?
What's he like?
Is he like head down like in the scrolls?
Oh yeah, just kind of similar to Rontal, but Rontal's always cheery and Mordrin isn't.
Sure.
He seems to just be reading scrolls, maybe putting his stamp on one here and there, putting some to the side, adding to the pile, adding to the other pile, adding to the other pile.
Is the door open whenever I get there?
I mean, so essentially what happens every time you come here, it's similar thing. Essentially, you show up in the foyer, which is like this big open air tiled like government foyer, essentially.
Yeah.
And the reception area basically says that, they always ask you, do you have an appointment first? If you do, then you're immediately shown to the waiting area. And if you don't, they will check the book to see if he has a former appointment. And if he doesn't, they will say that they will see if they can get him for you and for you to wait. And essentially, when he sends word back, sometimes it's in the yes, you can enter, and sometimes it will be in the no. But today, he will allow you to enter. He doesn't have a former appointment, or the one that he had is just finishing. A young there's a young couple who walk out hand in hand from smiling at each other with new paperwork in their hands, and then you are admitted to his rooms.
I see them and I see the looks on their faces, and I say congratulations.
They beam at you and and say thank you and have a skip in their step as they leave.
And I knock on the door and walk in.
Sure.
My lord, Dracaneth, we have news about Pietro's journals.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
And take a seat.
So there's good news and there's bad news. Which do you prefer?
Bad news first.
The journals have been sold to Rogar for him to auction off.
Oh, if that's the bad news, then I am looking forward to the good news.
The good news is that you don't have to look for them anymore. They've been found.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Do you know when the auction is set?
I don't, but some of the party have made the trip to Rogar's and they are going to talk to him. They may even have been able to procure the journals without the need for auction, but we don't know that yet. I wanted to come straight to you and let you give you an update on the job that you had entrusted to us.
He says, "Oh, I appreciate it. If in fact it was Rogar that purchased them, they will not be for sale today. Unfortunately, it'll be whenever the auction is. They have a very strict policy over there. It's very it's actually very good. They're very
Okay.
fastidious.
That's good. I wish that we had been able to find them without the need to bid for them, but I was very happy that we were able to at least locate them.
Oh, it is not a problem. It is not a problem. We have plenty of funds to secure them. I very much appreciate that you have found them.
Oh, you're very welcome. Would you like us to be your we can bid on your behalf?
I was thinking that, yes, once you have discovered when they are up for purchase, I will organize some funds of that morning.
Okay.
You can come by and you can be my agents there, if you don't mind.
Thank you, my lord.
Of course. Is there anything else?
No, sir. Is there anything else that I can offer to assist you with, my lord?
He looks meaningfully down at the piles and piles of paperwork. And he'll shake his head and he says, "Oh no, that'll be okay."
I do believe that we had.
He is organizing his desk while you guys are talking.
You're doing what? Sorry,
Leah, what?
Organizing his desk.
Organizing it.
Yeah.
You're just shuffling his papers around.
Yeah, I'm just organizing stuff. Trying to give him a system.
Okay. He looks over at you and he says, Miss, if you don't mind, I have these. Those ones are meant to be. No.
Leah.
Listen, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a completely better system.
I walk over to her and I gently like take her by the arms and pull her back.
He says, "Look, generally, if you're going to help someone, you would ask if that person would like help first. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this is a lot.
So
You
Leah,
should be
this,
glad
this,
to answer.
this,
Is it ever gonna
Leah,
get done? I don't think so. So I
Leah.
figured I would just organize it so everything would be so much easier. Look,
Yeah.
and she starts going off on a rant,
Listen to me,
just going
Leah.
like, look, I'm telling you, this is
And I'm just gonna keep saying her
okay.
name. I'm just gonna keep saying her name.
Just,
Leah. Leah.
uh,
This
and
is
then
Mordrin. This is Mordrin
maybe you'd
Buchanan.
finally be able to get some sleep.
Leah. The problem isn't with the lack of sleep. The problem is the fact that this work never ends. It is not a lack of organization on his part. It is the fact that
I don't know.
the work does not
It looks
end.
pretty disorganized.
You know what? I do appreciate this enthusiasm of yours. You know what? I happen to have some tickets here, to a performance over the weekend. Perhaps you would like them, and in thanks for your enthusiasm, and in thanks to stop for the moment and allow me my own process, at least until I understand what yours is. You do understand.
Thank you, my lord. We will gladly accept. We will gladly accept the tickets, and we will leave you to your
Don't
system.
hesitate to ask for help. I'm pretty good
He
at
knows.
Of course. Look, it's been a while since I've had an assistant in this, so perhaps it would be good to have a second eye on this. But I would need to educate you on what I've already done, and perhaps what these are all about first, and start you, under my employ in that way. But for now, very much appreciate your enthusiasm. And here, and he goes into his desk, and he pulls out a couple of tickets, and he says, "How many should I give you?"
5, please.
5. Right. Gets out 5 tickets, and he goes, "Okay, here you go." And he hands them to you, not to Leah at this stage.
Sure. Thank you, my lord.
But Leah, why don't you make me a perception check?
I snatch him.
You're not there.
I have to use.
You are not there.
You're not there. This is.
I know.
I snatched them.
It took,
just-
so earlier, whenever you guys were at the docks, it took everything in me not to interject a couple of times, and I was just like, no.
Oh. Leah, you see that these tickets are to Gravel Road.
She's gonna have an aneurysm.
She is 100% going to die.
And
you might hear a little squeal, just like.
These are booth tickets with access to the dance floor.
Oh Christ. Okay, so I see her reaction. I see her eyes light up, and I don't say this lightly. I pick her up, and I say thank you, my lord, and I bow, and I pick her up, and I walk out the door.
Okay.
Do you want the athletics check or not?
It's up to her.
Going to shake his hand briefly, just like, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you're the best. We could totally be the bestest friends right now. Like.
Yeah, I don't have any problem at all.
Yeah. So yeah, you pick her up, and he says, "Put that girl down. She's okay."
I put her down.
She's just excited.
She is excited, yes.
Do you not understand, sir? That's Gravel Road.
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to say all along.
All right. So about this time, perhaps you've been, idling. Perhaps you went and sightsaw a little bit. Right when you guys are heading out is when the others you'll be able to see them coming up towards the foyer, as you guys head out.
You're probably
Okay, yeah.
Leah jumping up and down for joy.
Yeah, so Leah is obviously ecstatic to Anders, Mirrodin, and 42 will notice that.
So I tell them about the conversation that we had with Mordrin. He is happy to let us.
And
He is happy to let us be his agents for the auction when it happens. He says that he will give us, for all intents and purposes, basically a blank check to secure the journals. Yeah. What
as
came
you're
of
saying
Rogar's?
that, we will interrupt like, guys, we got tickets to Gravel Road!
Saturday.
I'm gonna like look down at the street and be like, okay, on Saturday we get to go and see the vault get opened. They're gonna unseal the vault on Saturday.
42. She's talking about the band, not the street.
I don't know what that is.
People that play instruments like Leah does.
Oh, okay.
There's a
We've got her
Leah, you play
group.
instruments. Why do you need
There's a
to
group
see
called
something?
there's a group that she very much likes called Gravel Road, and they have a concert this weekend. And Mordrin was kind enough to give us 5 tickets to see them in exchange for Leah leaving alone his organization system. And we thanked him profusely.
He might get back to me.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so Mordrin's going to let us bid on Pietro's journals. What did you guys find out from Rogar?
They're going to be 200 gold.
And I hear that number, and my eyes widen, and I
Minimum reserve.
I feel something in my throat. I've never even seen 200 gold pieces.
I have a couple gold, if that helps.
No, it does not.
He wants 200.
Yeah, and that's the minimum reserve price. He expects it to go for more than that.
How far away from Mordrin?
Like right out the door? Like you're in the.
So does Mordrin hear the 200 gold?
If you say it loud enough, yeah.
I will say it like I will scream and like basically scream it. Like,
200 gold.
Yeah, that's
at that point. Mordrin will like make his way to the door and he says, "Guys, come on! Look, this is not a public matter. Come inside. Come inside."
I will go back inside, and I will sit down and put my hands in my head and put my head in my hands.
All right, so he closes the door. He waits for you all to enter. He closes the door behind you. He says, okay, this is house business. It's okay. So, tell me about this 200 gold.
That's the price. That's the
Rogar with a
minimum.
silence H would like that 200 gold or more for the books.
Oh, okay. Not a problem.
He's going to unseal the vault on Saturday, and then we can buy them.
On Saturday? Sure. You can pop by on Saturday and I'll organize that for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
And thank you for tickets to hear the road playing music.
Of course. Can you, 42, make me a perception check? And anyone that's maybe paying attention to the conversation as well could make a perception check. Thank you.
I forgot to roll Providence.
That's fine. Device 42. You notice that when you say that you were going to see that, he has a smile on his face, and his eyes dart to a lyre, Lyre, that is sort of up against the wall of his office. Anders also notices that.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are a number of musical instruments up on that wall. There is a lute, a lyre, mostly string, oh, all stringed instruments actually.
Okay. I don't make comment about it.
No, you just notice.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, he basically just says, "Okay, sure, I'll organize that for you. Come by earlier on Saturday morning, maybe 8 o'clock. That way you can make your way to the auctions. Typically they start at about 10, he says, but come by around 8. That way I can make sure that you have the funds that you need, and then you can make your way at your ease. Just make sure that you don't flaunt whatever I give you, in the street, just like you have now, because there are ears and eyes everywhere. This is house business, and it's important that we maintain security and confidence. Thank you.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord. And I'll get up and I'll walk out the door.
Mm.
Unless there's something else I need.
I mean, that's up to you. He's happy to talk, or he's happy to not. So.
No, I mean, I offered earlier to if you needed anything else, that we're always happy to assist. Right now we don't right now we have a few things that we're looking into, but
we haven't
we are
told
more
him
than
about
happy.
them, so at this stage he's mostly just interested in those journals. So he can't do anything about it. We can't do anything about it until the weekend.
Sure.
So as far as he's concerned,
We have no more business other than the simple information and finding out. Back.
So Rontal said the thing about the guards. Would those guards also be in this district, or just?
You don't know that. We don't know which guards were involved. We just know that guards died.
Okay. I would just mention offhand, have you been told of any guards going missing or being killed?
Oh yeah, they're being eaten by flying snake skins.
Flying what?
Flying snake skins.
Not a visual image I want again. Let's go find out what these things actually are and kill them.
In response, Mordrin looks up and says, "Guards have been killed by flying snakeskins. You guys are..."
That's what he said. That's not what I said.
Yeah, but he's looking at you as a group.
Yeah, that's what people said. The people said the guards got eaten by the flying snakeskins.
Okay.
I'm sorry I brought it up, my lord.
He says, "No, I appreciate it. I will look into that. Yeah, that's probably something that is important to know. Thank you."
Thank you, my lord. Okay. Have you ever heard of the Stout Squire banner?
Yes.
Oh, those are those guys that broke up that old lady's home.
Yes.
They did what now?
They broke up an old lady's home.
Miss Dantina Poro in the Thranish district.
No, in the Onderan district.
I thought she was in the Green district.
No.
Nope.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Onderan district. My fault. But yeah, they came in and sacked her house, and now we're looking for them.
You're looking for them?
Can't find them yet. If
I
you have a lead, we're more than happy.
Yeah. Do you have a message for them?
We would just like to talk to them and ask why they did what they did.
I can let them know.
Yeah, if they could meet us at Rontaltain's office in the Brelish zone, that would be super.
Okay, any particular day or time?
As soon as they can. We'll be at the brass ring.
Be at the brass ring.
They can arrange with that meeting with us at the brass ring before we.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
I'll pass your message along.
Thank you very much, my lord.
Thank you.
Of course.
That's all I got.
Hey, this guy isn't one of the lords in charge of the districts that I was having problems with the way the veterans were being treated, is he?
So, yes and no. Okay. So, here's how this breaks down. All right. So each of the zones, which are the colored in sections of our current map, right? Each of the zones are allied with the nation that those colors represent. So the Karnathi zone is essentially governed or representative of Karnath, right? Which is a nation. Same with the Thranish zone. They're representative of the Thranish people. The Onderan zone, representative of Onderan people. So in that sense, yes. However, each of the neighborhoods in those zones is governed or policed by different outfits. So in Irongate, the Karnathi Guard are the outfit that polices Irongate. In Valor, it's the Karnathi Guard. In Southwall, it's the Karnathi Guard. In Koriskin, which is just to the north, it's the Marorian Patrol. So that's dwarves. In Wolf's Rest, it's the War Veteran Alliance. In Zalaran, it's Karnathi, it's Undying Vigil. These places these outfits all police differently. Some of them police very sort of martial forward, like marching around the streets, like you guys saw in the Port District. Very hands-on presence, very like obvious presence. Some places you barely ever see them. Yeah. So these are all a little bit different. He probably has a part to play. Exactly how much influence he would have is another question. So you could potentially consider him a contact for it, but how much he can do about it or how much he wants to do about it, you don't know anything about him other than the fact that he's employed us and he's been relatively morose.
Relatively morose. He's obviously also very much a man of means, and in order to support the kind of people that I'm trying to get assistance from, I got to have patronage to do that. I mean, there's no way I can do that on my own. I don't have the money to be able to do so. So I will just simply take a few minutes to speak about the conditions of the various war veterans I've seen from my own district of Black March, where I'm from, through this area, asking for his assistance with whether it could be monetary to try to set up some sort of program to try to help lower the crime associated with that. But it's shameful the way that the veterans are being treated across most of the districts. Wouldn't it be better if this place could be the one holding up the pride of place that we don't have people like that here they're taken care of?
Make me probably a diplomacy check by the sounds of that. Unless you have another pitch, which I would allow. Okay. He listens to you and he nods and he says, "Oh, we can look into that. It doesn't sound the best."
Thank you. Anders is wooden in the way that he presents this to him. He probably didn't look up from the man's tabletop or desktop while he spoke all of that the entire time anyway. So, I mean, a low diplomacy check is absolutely appropriate anyhow.
You would notice that he scribbles a note on a piece of paper and like puts it into his desk for him as a reminder. But at the same time, he'll go to like a cupboard and he'll open the cupboard and it is bristling with papers, like just piles and piles of papers. And he grabs another pile and he sighs and he goes over to the table and he puts the pile down and he and is just like, okay, next one. Puts that one down, starts to read it through. You're probably not going to get to that for a while.
The note's there, though, and he looks to be fastidious and meticulous that's not going to get lost. It just might take a while.
No, he put it in his drawer of the desk, which is different to the cupboard. So that seems to be a difference. It seems to be a place where he might go, maybe at the end of the day or something, or at the start of a day to like address new business or something like this. You don't know, but probably it's a place that's different to the rest.
I personally had a boss years ago that if I wanted to have him pay attention to like the vacation request forms, and this place still required you to fill out the requested paperwork, I would put it in his desk drawer on top of the bottle of liquor he wasn't supposed to have.
Nice.
Are we is he like is he okay for me to ask a question?
Go for it.
Ordrin. Okay, yeah. I'll just ask him the last time that he saw Evior, the city architect.
Grandmaster Evior?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Rontal said he hasn't been seen in a while.
Yeah, he's reported as missing.
Okay. I was just wondering
I think it's about 2 months.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big blow to the city, actually. We've got men out looking for him. We've got his description out there.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
hopefully, but look, I have to say, after 2 months, he sighs. He doesn't finish his sentence.
I know what the sigh. I know what the sigh is about.
Right.
I understand, Lord. We will. I mean, we're not going to stop looking, obviously, but at some point, it's just going to be the way it is. But we've taken up far too much of your time, my Lord. Thank you so much for the time today, and we will be back at around 8 a.m. on Saturday to gather those funds.
Very good. See you then.
Thank you.
Oh, if there's any more reports of those guards, please let us know.
That's what the next few days are going to be focused on.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, and offhand, as we're leaving, I'm just going to look over my shoulder going, oh, by the way, how old are these journals anyway?
Yes, significantly.
Okay, thanks. Just wondered.
More than a decade. More than 2.
Okay. I was thinking he was going to say more like 100.
Well, he's a human. This is a human family, right?
Yeah. So
20 years in this kind of a setup, 2 generations by the time you're set up.
They're everywhere and around for a long time, though.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying that otherwise, but
yeah, we don't know when Pietro passed. So anyway, yeah, that's fine. I will exit the building.
Yeah. Anyone that would like to could make me a perception check on his more than a decade, please. Anyone that thinks that there might be more to that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh,
Oh wow, this is gonna be hilarious.
right. So Alarin
Mm-hmm.
and Lear. Oh my lord. Didn't someone like roll a 17 or something? Did I see that wrong? Did it flip at the last
I
minute?
mean, well, we don't know. Like, I rolled a 1 and Leah rolled a 2. So whatever.
And my stuff's
The
private, so I
others, the
roll.
others were private. Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Alarin and Mirrodin.
Roll privately.
It's fine.
I don't.
It's fine. Alarin and Mirrodin. Both of you have misinformation.
Yep.
The misinformation is that what's something interesting here? This is in relation to the journals.
2 centuries old.
Now you think that his blowing that number out, as in they're probably even less than that. For the others, you don't get misinformation, but you don't find anything else out. He said more than a decade. That's probably what he means.
So on whenever when we leave and we're starting to walk down the street, I look at Mirrodin and I'm like, what is he talking about? I mean, this can't be that big of a deal. They're not even that old. 200 gold pieces for some journals? I'm whispering it.
All right. Yeah, so you're whispering to Mirrodin as you go. Mirrodin, are you responding to this? Lauren's trying to make a conversation about the journals not being probably worth all of that money.
Yeah.
Depends on what dirt there is in them.
DM.
Yes.
Did you hear what Alarin said to Mirrodin?
No, because I had to answer my wife.
Oh, no worries. So you and I got misinformation about the journals. He said that like we both think that they're like he's just blowing it out of proportion. Like he says over a decade.
Of course.
Like
We should
we're
just
just
blame
like, I mean, I mean, I think that that's just hogwash and like he's just overinflating.
Then we can just take them.
I think we should just take them too if they're not that old. So I get, I don't know like how far down or whatever because I'm like over 6 feet tall and Mirrodin's like what 3.5. Shit, I can't walk hunched over, so I don't know. Well, I'll wait and talk about it later.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about a sum that large.
You want to steal from Rogar? He was nice.
Yeah, but
Stealing
now,
okay.
okay, but guys, okay, like so there's an alley. There's got to be an alley closed.
Sure, there'll be an alley.
I'm gonna like here, guys. I have something I want to discuss. So let's go down this alley for like 5 seconds.
Dark alley
So-
now.
I'm just gonna be right back, guys, for a sec. You can keep
Sure. So I don't think these journals are that old. All right. I think that they're like only like maybe a few years old. Like like 200.
It sounded legit to me.
So what? What does it matter how old they are?
Because we shouldn't be paying 200 gold.
We're not.
What's the
Mordred's
option?
gonna pay it. He said
Yeah,
he'd
he's
give us the
paying. We're
gold.
not paying anything out of our dime, which I kind of feel bad not putting
Yeah,
it.
Mordred's gonna pay for it. And why should Rogar get stolen from? He didn't do anything wrong.
Anders will just look up and go, if we don't have to pay for it, he's going to pay for it for 200 gold, even if all he's trying to hide is the fact that his grandmother might have done something horribly embarrassing in those journals that he doesn't want public. He's
Who
not
can read
paying
them?
for the journals. He's paying for safety to his house name and making sure that information doesn't become public. That's
didn't
what
say
I
we
think.
couldn't read
That's
them.
fair, I suppose.
He never
I
said we
didn't
weren't
think
allowed to read them.
I would not
I
read them.
can't read somebody else's journals. It's just
That's
like
like, yeah, it's not Leah, you have to remember that this device 42 is a couple of months old. I mean, or a couple, wait, 50
Excuse me.
something or 500 something. Sorry.
That's why I'm just explaining to them that it's
Sorry.
not morally
I got-
wrong.
It's been nearly 2 years since I was turned
Okay.
on. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. 500. I'm sorry. I was thinking 50, 500. So yeah, 500. So he's only a couple of years old. Like he doesn't quite understand yet.
I don't see why that matters. Stealing's still stealing.
Anders will also interject
And that
that,
is true.
yes, we can read journals. In fact, some of the only ways I knew how to identify people was by journals. And then he just kind of turns and walks away.
I'm gonna look at Leah. What's wrong with reading them? Why don't you like the idea of reading them?
Because they're not ours.
And they're kind of personal.
There could be like personal information about in there that maybe they don't want.
I thought it was about archaeology. They're archaeology journals.
Maybe.
That's what Mordrin said.
Do you think Mordrin always tells the truth?
Why would he lie to us?
That's
We're
a great
helping him.
question. That's an excellent question.
We're helping him. I don't think he's lying to us.
Okay. No worries. And I'll
I still don't think we should read them. They're still not ours. We're here to do a job.
I'll
and
follow Anders
if
and
we
then
end
walk
up
away.
reading them, then they're not going to trust us to do another job.
I'm gonna kind of looking at. I don't know if that's right. I don't think that's right.
I have to use the restroom. I'll be back.
It could happen. Trust is everything in this world. We can't
It
just go
is?
breaking it.
It's everything. I'm gonna look around. There seems to be a lot of other things here. There's the
No,
walls.
not like
There's
not
walls
that
and there's
kind of
people
everything.
and there's dirt and there's the street.
No, not that kind of every. It was more of like a figure of speech, all right? Like not actually everything. I'm just saying it's important to have trust.
But he didn't say not to read them.
Well,
No, he didn't.
maybe we should ask him if we can read them then.
Okay, we can do that.
That way then we'll know for sure.
Let's just hope that the Saturday time frame for getting the journals for what we need to do for that auction doesn't overlap with the concert, the ticket that I'm going to sell.
You're just gonna sell the ticket?
He says it, and he kind of has his back to Leah when he does it. Anybody who can see Anders can see that he's got just that little bit of a grin because he knows she's going to freak the fuck out.
Sorry about that, guys. I am back.
Not a problem.
I didn't catch anything of what just happened, so if we've got any questions in regards to what's happened, let me know. Otherwise, keep going.
We were basically, just to summarize, we're debating whether or not we can read the journals, and Eberron was pitching stealing the journals from Rogar, and I was opposed to the idea.
Yeah.
And then we said besides we're not paying for them anyway, Mordrin is, and then I said, and besides we could just read them and find out what's the big secret is anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Leah said, we can't just read them. They're not ours. And then that was a whole conversation. And then, you know what? Why don't we just ask him if we can read them?
Yeah, that's
I like this plan.
Sounds good. All right. So, as you guys disagree and make your way through, what is our is our next port of call. We can obviously go back to him and ask him whether we can read them.
What day of the week is it?
It is. I think it's Monday. Let's have a look.
Oh, so we got a while till Saturday, probably then.
Yeah, because it's just been a weekend. Yes, it's Monday. Yeah, you've got a few days. The end of Brightfest is tomorrow, I think. Or would it be Tuesday? Because we had... Yeah, let's put it to Tuesday. The end of Brightfest is today. Because we spent a day doing stuff, so that's fine. So you've got Wednesday, you've got today. Tuesday's only the start of the day. You did this at the start of the day. So you've got the rest of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning you've got that appointment with him. You know that today is the end of Brightfest, so you know that the end of the festivities is happening. There's probably going to be a big gathering tonight. You know that on Thursday there is another celebration called Tira's Day, in celebration of Silver Flame. And you know on Friday is the Tan Gala, which is only newly here in Throneport. It's actually a Shan festival. And Leah would have been to, or not been to, but she would have heard about the Tan Galas as the talk of the town, but would never have been invited. It's for nobility and aristocrats only. And so she would have heard about it. She would have heard that all of the who's who of everywhere would gather together for those Tan Galas. So you would know about it. Have heard about
my
it.
own gathering then.
So you know it's a busy week as far as holidays and festivities go, essentially. But it is currently Tuesday, which is, yeah, as I said, the end of Brightfest. It's right at the start of the day as well. So that's wrong. So it'll be somewhere around like 9-10 o'clock in the morning by the time you guys went to the auction house and came back. Maybe 10:30.
I think that those of us who are on a daytime awake schedule, since these skin snake things are only seeming to attack at night, we should do more investigation as to where they were killed and then try to hunt down whatever the hell that was. I think that's what we should do next. It's killing darkness.
I'm okay with being up at night. I can rest anytime.
Yeah, I'm just saying we should switch that around and try to do some of that once we can find that out. Maybe do a little investigation and plan on being out at night to try to hunt these things down.
Okay. So we want to sleep some of the day? Is that what, for those of you that need it? Or do you want to work and just work through?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if we just end up working through. I would just say just not take it easy for the day so that, if we're going to have to be up a portion of the night, we're not exhausted.
Right.
So.
Okay. Is there anywhere that you would like to go in Throneport then, either as individuals or as a group, or anything that you would like to do before we get to the evening? If not, we will just skip to the evening, but if there's anything that you would like to do, this is your opportunity to do it.
Well, Device, do you want to go ask the guy if we can read his journals?
Sure. We can do that. So we'll go back to Mordrin.
All right. By now, then, he'll be in another appointment, but he'll come to the door. He'll have it ajar, and he'll hear your question, and he says, like, by all means, try and open it on Saturday when they're available. But my guess is that it probably won't be in a language that you'll understand,
Oh, okay.
or at least some of it.
All right.
So,
Well, thank you.
of course, it's probably going to be way too much for you to read the whole thing anyway. But if it's in common, by all means, like, there's no reason not to.
What language do you think they'll be in?
Oh, knowing Pietro, probably giant.
Giant, huh?
Ooh. I need to pick up a language book.
Yeah, he's studied. He was a giant scholar, amongst other things.
I've never seen a giant.
No, they're not especially common here on Corvair.
Oh, is that what this island is called?
He says, no, that's this continent.
Oh, I've never been anywhere else. Only the Grove and here. I found the note on the way here from Rontal.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you came.
Me too.
I'm glad that you came too.
All right. Well, look, if there's any other questions, I'm afraid I have a busy schedule for the rest of the day. So just leave them with my assistant over at reception, and I'll get to them when I can. Bye for now. And he'll close the door.
And I'll just shout, "Don't forget my offer's still on the table. If you need any help."
I'm going to go immediately over to his, secretary?
Yeah.
Or assistant?
Yeah.
And I'll say, I had a question. Where can I learn giant?
She looks up at you. She shrugs and she goes, there's bound to be a school around somewhere. She says, probably not here in Throneport. There might be giant scholars, but I don't know of any.
Think there's any books we can pick up?
I mean, you could have a look around the bookstores around town, but there's a library. You could go to the library. I've heard that Alakan Glimnoble is a great war historian. He's the proprietor of the library. He'd probably be the one to ask, even if he doesn't have it himself.
Where's the library?
The library is in Orbrisha in the Onderan zone. Yeah. So this one down here.
What I missed?
We were just asking about the giant language because Mordrin believes that the journals might be in giant if he knows Pietro, like if he understands Pietro very well.
Leah and I went back to ask if we were allowed to read
it, and he said by all means, but he assumes that we won't be able to read all of it, if any, depending.
And then I'll turn, as soon as the assistant tells me that, I'll turn to Leah and say, "Let's go to the library."
All right, let's go.
And off we head.
Off you head. Okay.
Back outside to inform everybody else. We're going to go to the library.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I hear that, and that's not really, I don't know, interesting to me. So I would like to go back to the barracks and discuss the guard situation.
Which barracks do you want to go to?
I would like to go to the one by the brass ring.
So the Brailish Zone barracks.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're going back to the Brailish Zone. It sounds like
You're very
Leah
welcome.
and 42 are headed to Orbrisha down here. What is Mirrodin and Anders doing?
Maybe there'll be books on flying snakeskins.
Yeah, maybe.
Anders is going to spend his time going from, like, I don't know, whatever would be like the reporting station for each of the like local police forces in the various zones we're going through on the way to the library, since he knows they're going to go, the 42 and them are going to go there. And he's going to stop, spend a couple of minutes talking to the guards on duty, and ask about these deaths to snakeskins to see if I can confirm that rumor or narrow that down in some way.
So, in going to Orbrisher, you would be going down Zukov Street. Down this way, you'd be going past Zalaran, the Hilt, Borosk Market, Valor, and then through this checkpoint here, and then Canaro Park or Fragan's Arch, Jarrah Garden on the other side. So are you going to each of the posts in each of these
Yeah.
areas?
Yeah, I'm going to separate off from the group to do it, to go ask these questions, because I know they're headed straight to the library. I figured I'd probably get done asking all these questions and checking with these people about the time they're done at the library and meet up with them there.
Okay. All right. So we'll go to the library and I'll come back to you because you're going to go through a couple of districts and I want to take a little bit of time with that. Mirrodin, what are you doing, sir? Please. Are you awake enough to play? Seems like the answer is no.
DM.
Okay, that's fine.
Yours.
So yeah, those that go to the library, you get to the checkpoint. They check through your papers, and they do a spot search on you. So, do you allow them to search your bags?
Yep. There are 4 torches, a carving knife, and my money, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's everything I've got.
Are there any carvings in there?
Probably several partially done ones that I've been working on.
Nice. They will look through those. They will tap on the carvings to make sure that they are one piece and not hollow. Who else is going? Alarin? You didn't go that way.
Lauren split off.
So Leah, do you what?
Yep.
What do we have on Leah at the moment? You have any contraband on you, Leah? Musical instrument.
Musical instruments. I
Some
have
marbles.
a potion.
Cool.
Wait,
cool.
musical instruments and marbles are contraband?
No.
I thought this was a list of contraband. I was like, wait, that's some weird stuff.
Yeah, this is outlawed, didn't you know?
Well, they don't joke around here. My goodness.
They'll look through your stuff. They'll check your musical instrument. So you've got a flute there.
The whole time I'm gonna be like, careful
And a
with
lute.
that.
So they'll check your lute for hidden compartments. They'll knock on your cookware to make sure that there's nothing odd about those. They will check your shield to see if there's anything there.
So more obnoxious TSA. Got it.
And then they will let you through. They say thank you, and you can move through to Orbrisha. On the way, you'll notice that there. Okay, let me just. Going through or past Conroe Park, you notice that there are people lined up in Conroe Park, basically lining up for lunch soup. There's a soup kitchen here that is currently active. There's people lined up. There's little old ladies ladling soup. And you spot someone with their arms crossed, watching and keeping an eye on it. This person stands out like a sore thumb. And looks something like this.
Damn.
Yeah. They really stand out. So, standing at 6'3", this solid blue-gray skinned orc is covered head to toe in ornate ritual scars. Their hands each contain only 2 fingers and an opposable thumb, and they only have 2 toes, though these are over 5 inches long. There is a third toe-like projection on their heel facing backwards. Their pronounced fang-like canine teeth protrude from their mouth, and they have yellow eyes and extraordinarily long pointed ears, pierced by over 50 bone rings each ear. Jubika's arms are unusually long and muscle-bound. Their hair is a shock of bright colours that runs halfway down their back. On each bicep, they wear a leather armband, several straps thick that buckle in long, thin pink crystal shards that churn with blood-red swirls.
As soon as I see this individual, I'm going to be immediately over there next to him. Oh my God, those are! I love the marks, and I'm going to be like pointing at the scars.
He looks you up and down. Says, "Good. Glad you like."
Did they mean something?
Yes, a lifetime of meaning.
Can you tell me?
Okay. So he humps, looks at you, continues to watch pretty vigilantly the line of people, but sort of is okay to say something. Say, this one, and just sort of points at one on her shoulder or on their shoulder. This one, City of Stilts. These going down the bicep, City of Stilts. More City of Stilts. Here, and sort of points to the side of her torso. Not good. But
I'll be just paying attention and taking it all in.
Yeah. Many hard years. You notice that someone, big kind of guy, comes around the corner and just like walks up to the line, shoves a few people to the side to like, take their place in the line. Jabika just like this, just looks at you. Excuse me. Walks up to the guy, picks him up by the scruff of his neck, looks at him and goes, "No!" and just tosses him to the back of the line.
I'll be like calling out, don't you know how lines work?
The guy like gets
Apparently
up,
not.
like stands up, goes to like, puff his chest up, takes one look at this figure and goes, fine. Lines up.
Some people, I tell you.
So that's what you see on your way to Obridge.
Okay. Well, after spending some time and listening to as much as Javika will tell me, I'll thank them for their time and say that was a fascinating story, and I look forward to hearing future stories.
Okay. does not reciprocate, but just says okay. Brisha then.
Good job for sticking up for the people in line.
Brisha is an Onderan zone. Large district. The outermost areas are predominantly middle-class homes occupied by Onderan merchants and craftsmen who moved into Throneport after the war. In the middle of the district are more upscale villas. Walled-off section with a gatehouse occupies a large section of the interior. Prior to the last war, the inner Obrisha was home to the administrative centre of Throneport. All matters pertaining to governing Throneport were directed from City Hall. Since the last war, this area has been repurposed and contains the Onderan Consulate, the enclaves of House Orion, and a dedicated court containing extravagant mansions occupied by some of Throneport's wealthiest citizens. It is distinctly different from Conroe Park, where you just came. And you notice that the Onderan Guard are out in force. And these guard look like they are housed members or maybe just aristocracy. They are extremely well dressed. Not really military types per se, but extraordinarily well dressed, latest fashion, groups of aristocracy who patrol the streets with weapons. Not drawn, but available.
So like sheathed swords at their hips and
right. So think conquistadors, something like that.
Do they have are they wearing like the breastplate and helmet, or are they just wearing nice clothes and have the sword?
They
more like a duelist or something.
Yeah, more like a duelist, yeah.
Okay. And are they in groups or are they just individuals?
Yeah, groups. Yeah. Okay. Groups of 4 or 5, typically.
I'll ask one of the groups, or any group actually, that we come near enough to talk to at a reasonable volume, if they know of any guards that have been eaten by flying snakeskins.
Okay. Make me a diplomacy check. Just to sort of see their first impression of you. Sure. They lower their voices, take you, try and put their hand on your shoulder and pull you in and say, look, it's of important matter that not too many commoners, people who don't have as much backbone hear about this.
But I'm not a commoner. I'm a dendrologist.
He sort of says, okay, look, just don't want there to be panic or anything else. But
Oh, you're worried about
yes,
people getting scared of the flying snake
We're
skins.
just trying
Okay,
to
we're,
help.
we're trying to stop them. We're going to find them and stop them.
I would
Yeah, we
caution
just
you.
asked
The details surrounding their deaths is kind of disturbing. But if you want to explore, if you want to find out more, you can speak to the relief watch at the checkpoint, back basically where you came. You didn't talk to them about that, but at that time, but this guard is pointing you back there.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to go back that way after the library anyhow.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. Well, be well, citizens. And they look
And
you
you
up
as
and
well.
down as if, not like that you're less than them a little bit. That there's a little bit of haughtiness here.
I'll just wave goodbye to them.
The library is that way, sir. Just down that street, turn left, and you'll see it straight ahead.
I'll tip my top hat to him and head that way.
All right. You will make your way down to the library, where Alakan Glimnoble is. Let me show you a representation of Alakan. This is what AI did. Hello. This tall, sharp-faced gnome wears a haughty expression, even as he is buried in mountains of books, journals, scrolls, and maps. The mismatched styles and colors of his warm clothing are reminiscent of thrift store chic, though the fabrics are clearly imported and of fine quality and cut, all fitting him on a level of layered exactitude that boggles the mind. His grating voice betrays an insufferable attitude, and the words that issue from the sardonic lines of his mouth are at once replete with nuance and study, clearly designed to make one feel small and uneducated. A metal plate is fused to the otherwise crumpled and burned left side of his face, and a complex series of mechanized tendrils house dozens of glass lenses that can be applied to either an artificial eye on that side or his bright blue natural eye on the other. Well, hello, sirs and madame. Welcome to Aubricia's and Throneport's main library. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Alakan Glimnoble. What can I do for you?
I want to learn how to
Welcome.
speak giant. I want to learn how to read giant language.
Oh, that is, you are in for a journey, sir. That will take some time.
Like how much time?
Some time. Pathfinder.
In Gnomish, Mirrodin's going to say, do you have access to any spells that I could acquire?
Oh, we have several sections of spells, spell scrolls, but they are typically for study, not for copy, sir.
Do you have any books on flying snake skins?
Flying snake skins.
Yeah.
Do not know quite what you mean, sir, but we
You
can.
know, skins of snakes that fly.
Yes,
And eat people at night.
Mm-hmm.
That does not sound normal, sir.
I don't think so either. That's why we're going to stop it, but I don't know what they are.
All right. Well, perhaps they will be amongst the rare beasts in section, Theta 12 over there. Or perhaps you could try for mythological beings in section M 25. down that way.
Okay, thank you. And where would I find books on giant language?
Oh, that will be in languages. Typically, about a third of the way down aisle G. Over here, you'll see that we start with the A languages, and then we make our way down through the others as it goes. If you need further help, please don't hesitate to come and find me, and I will point out some terms that may be of assistance. I don't believe I have anything right now that is a thorough description or step-by-step guide to learning the giant language, but there should be a primer or two at least.
Okay, thanks.
All right, he will go back to his other books and be there available if you need him. In Gnomish, you said what exactly again, Mirrodin?
He asked about spells,
Yes.
spells he could acquire.
He would point you then in the direction of the. He says, first, do you have a general school of knowledge that you are specifically looking to learn? Is it nature magic? Is it strange, esoteric, weird? Is it more divine in nature, or are you looking for books about arcane magic? What particular variety, sir? None and all, you say? Well, over this way, sir. You will first find the cantrips.
I'm gonna head for where he said the language books are and try and find a primer on giant language, and then head over to the area where he said the mythological creatures and stuff were.
All right.
Be going with device 42.
Cool.
Well, it's like, should we split up and divide and conquer?
Okay, sure. And I will just start trying to find books that look like they would be helpful.
Okay. There are a number of books here. The first one is called Dak Russan, or Dak Russan, and so it's called Dak Russan, and then it has the translation as part of the title. It says, "You have come." Dak Russan, you have come. And then it says, "Giant primer."
Okay, I'll grab that as well as, and then head for the other areas of the books, because there was like two areas he mentioned for the flying snake skins. There was the Theta section that had the rare beasts, and the M section that had the mythological.
Okay. There's a second giant book here that you probably take as well.
Okay.
The emblazoned title is Hasken Il Tulkas, and it just says on it a journey through giants' language. So Hasken Il Tulkas, a journey through giants' language.
Okay. I'll
so
grab
those
those as well.
two books, Dak Russan, You Have Come, and Hasken Ul Tulkas, Journey Through Giants language are available, and you make your way over to the mythology books.
Well, whichever one is in, I'll just go to the other one then, so we can kind of both search for the.
I will
books
have
that
anyone that is looking for the mythology, anything to do with a flying skin snake, please to make me either an academia check if you have it, or if you do not, an intelligence check. Just roll intelligence. And then we will go over to the others because we've spent a bit of time over here.
How do you make straight intelligence check?
That is a good question. Let me have a quick look at that.
And I could roll 0 skill, but
yeah, just make a d20 and
You'd have to do a d20 plus your int mod, or you'd have to do a 0 skill.
yeah, 17's decent. Thank you. $15. Leah doesn't have any intelligence either.
I don't see intelligence.
Do you want me to roll?
No. If you're there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just hanging out with people today. Sorry, as I mentioned, I'm a little off, so I am just mainly following along.
Okay. So it's academia, or if you don't have it, just an intelligence.
No, I don't have academia. I have arcana, and society, and throne port, and fortune telling, but I don't have academia.
Mm-hmm. We're in a library. Okay.
I will hero point that.
Ooh,
'cause
spicy.
we're getting up in time, and I keep forgetting, and I'm likely to forget if I don't do it now. So I might as well use it on something that can help the group.
Might as well.
Nope.
Oh,
Are you
that is
serious?
unfortunate.
This system.
Yeah, I might see if I can tweak the. I might just send it to random.io.
Can I give him my hero point?
It's just me rolling under
not here.
10s is so common.
Okay.
it's.
Does anybody else want to give it to him?
Technically,
Yeah.
you can't like roll fortune twice, so. So unfortunately, Mirrodin doesn't. He's too stuck in his.
He's apparently distracted.
Cantrips. Yeah. Like you asked for magic, so you got a bunch of cantrips that you could learn. So you're looking through those instead of through the skin snakes possibilities. Lear doesn't really find anything that seems helpful here. She finds a few, unrelated, just like snakes by themselves, different varieties of snakes. This doesn't seem to be helpful. Device 42. In your search, you also find very, very little about anything that seems to be related. There is one small entry that you find in a random mythology book. And you don't even know how useful it is. Because it's really just a tiny, like section. And it says, you'll have to turn the page back to get the title, the name of this, but essentially the bit that you're reading says unnaturally long neck that can stretch and can have its head detach and fly around.
The fuck?
You got to it before me. I was literally about to say the fuck.
Well, I will read that over a few times, show it to Leah, show it to Mirden. And then what's the name of the book? If it matters, whatever the name of the book is, I'll make note of the name of the book.
The name of the book is Chilling Stories to Keep You Up at Night.
And does it name this creature?
Calls it Long Neck Lady. So you'll have to turn the page back to see that.
Okay.
It just says Long Neck Lady.
And does it have any other information about the creature?
There is a scribbled entry, like at the bottom of it, that says, rumored to drink oil.
Okay.
Well,
There's some weird books in here.
Yeah. It is in a chapter that's named Curses and Crackerjack. As in, like curses and the totally ridiculous. That's the title of the chapter.
Okay.
Not sure which one this is, because it's just a crock shoot of like some of the entries are curses and some of the entries are crackerjacks. So there you go. And with that, let's go to Alarin. You said that you were doing what exactly?
I was going back to the brass ring, to the
Brass
barracks,
ring.
to talk about the guards.
Talk to the barracks. The Brailish barracks says that they have heard about something, but none of their men have been hurt. They say that probably the best place to go would be, again, this checkpoint. They say that the main people that have been affected are the Thranish guards.
Okay. I will. Well, first, I'll ask them about Walter, Colin's cousin,
Yep.
if they've seen him.
They say that a description has been made and posted up, but no, nobody's seen it.
All right. So I will head over to the checkpoint and interview some checkpoint Thranish guards.
In the meantime, because you're about to get there as well, Anders, you are making your way through the Karnathi zone districts, Zalaran, the Hilt, Borosk Market, north and south, to check in with their guards, you said?
yeah, primarily just the guards at the checkpoints that are there talking to the people, primarily the people on duty to verify just, hey, what do you know about this? Have you heard anything about this? We're trying to find where it happened.
And it's all in relation to those attacks?
Yeah. We're trying to find out how this happened and where so that we can try to stop it.
Okay. They, why don't we, they're invested in trying to get help. They've got some friends who weren't on duty but could have been. They say this checkpoint is where the attacks happen. They say to keep it quiet because, panic can be a terrible thing. Those of you that have looked for information about this, you're all getting the same thing. This checkpoint, in the early hours of the morning, somewhere between 1 and 5 a.m., this happens, the guards will, when you go here, because everything pretty much points here, I'll just say it now. When you go here, the guards will take you inside. They will talk to you about what has happened. So here are some details for you. They say that in the dead of night, but somewhere between 2 and 4, again, we're getting more and more like zoned in. So initially it was 1 and 5, now it's 2 and 4, somewhere in that area. In the morning, the guards spotted some creatures that were floating around the streets. They looked like flying skin snakes. They went to investigate. They had their throats bitten out and ripped out by teeth.
Okay.
In the report, coroner's report, which they will show you, it has written that these look to be humanoid teeth, not serrated or fanged, flat teeth, and they look to be small, flat teeth. Maybe some sort of small creature, or maybe something else. But they look to be flat, humanoid style teeth. But they must be significantly more powerful or quicker, perhaps, than standard human teeth or standard human jaw, because they ripped guards' throats out. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's no surprise they say that nobody, like, that we don't want this to get out right now. We want it to be fixed, but that if
One incident, right?
2.
Two now. Same place?
Yes.
Well, then we just need to camp here or kill these fucking things.
Indeed.
Am I with Anders yet or no?
Yeah.
I think we'd all made it.
I think, yeah, we can all make our way there.
Okay.
We've all had threads that lead back there as far as this goes. Mirrodin or DM, at your leisure, feel free to roll me a d4.
Sure.
I'm gonna be generous. 1. You learn one cantrip of your choice from the arcane
Jesus.
spell list that needs to be common or uncommon, please. There you go.
I mean,
I'm sure your time at the library was well used.
My rolls.
Oh my god. You are cursed.
Hey man, you rolled a nat 20 your first roll tonight.
I will have a look during the
Yeah.
week to see if I can direct the thing to random.io
But-
instead.
Before you do that, I want you to copy the results that I've had for this campaign that since it's been running, and let Azrael see the number of times I've rolled under 10.
That's fine. No, I'm not saying that the system isn't screwing you. I'm just saying you rolled a nat 20.
Oh no, I know.
your first roll tonight.
It's funny. It's funny.
So D20 stats, here they are. 71 dice rolled. Mean average 10.19. Median middle number 9. Mode most common 6. Streak sequential incrementing rolls. So yeah, we've got a variety there, but for the most part, the most common being 6s. You've got 8 6s out of 71 dice, followed by 7 18s. You've had 7 1s out of 71, so that's a tenth of your rolls have been 1s.
That's double the number it should be across the larger sample anyway. That's a pretty small sample.
Yeah, it's 70 dice. So, I mean, it's not horrible, but given that the weight is slightly more on the
issue for DM with these dice rolls is that the 18s he rolls are on things that don't matter.
right.
And
Like
the
initiative.
ones that he rolls are things that are like, oh, I really needed this to happen. Now,
I can't do much about that.
there's nothing that can be
It's
done
all good,
about
man.
that.
I'm gonna make fun of it and have fun with it. I just saying it's it's a thing.
All right,
I do
so-
not blame you at all.
Very good. So yeah, you guys can get together at that checkpoint. You go inside, you get this information. So, yes, small humanoid teeth marks that have ripped out guards' throats overnight. And there has been they don't know how related it is, but they're on each of the crime scenes, mixed with the blood that they found, which was an explosion of gore, basically, from the throats that were ripped out. Mixed with the blood was lantern oil. And all of the lanterns, by the way, they say in the streets have been drained dry over each of those nights. And typically, the lantern oil will last for a week before it has to be changed.
One of you guys say something about something we saw in a book?
Yeah.
Well, we're still at the library, right? At this point.
You can join us.
Well, then I have a question. Before we left the library, I would have
Yes.
asked if I could borrow the books on Giant.
Sure. So he will take your residence, your details, and he will give you being a first-time borrower. You can borrow them for a week, and if you bring them back and if you remain in good standing after a month of borrowing books, then that will be extended to a longer period. But you can have these for a week.
Okay, great.
Yeah. But yeah, you are all there and all hear this information. Obviously, 42 can share what he learned in the mythology book that he found.
It's Tuesday, correct?
It is, yes.
So why would this neutral ship be fighting back against the military?
Yeah, you notice that the guards are particularly disturbed by the fact that a number of their friends and companions have perished due to whatever is out there 2 nights in a row.
What's the is there a place that we can what is it, morning, afternoon?
It's coming up to probably noon at this time.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah, let's just hang
for a few
around and
hours.
let's just hang around, and then like, is there a place that we can stay until nightfall and then camp out and put a quash on this really quick?
You could chill in the gardens
Sounds good.
with Withriel and that if you wanted to visit Absinthe Minded while you're around. That's not too far away.
Yeah.
So as a reminder, the checkpoint's here. She's just in the Jarrah Gardens over here, so it's not far.
Is there anybody that we know of in the city that is like a specialist or a war master on beasts, monsters, creatures?
Not that we know of, but Alakan might know himself, like who to ask, because he's a war historian, so his specialty isn't monsters.
But he's a historian. He'll know who the other historians are.
Right. I don't have a seated person, but I'm happy for there to be someone that you could go to.
I just want to know more about what this creature is. And we know, based on what we've been told by the guards and whatever was in that book, that they like lamp oil or they consume oil. Maybe we can just poison some oil and never end up having to fight them. If we know
So
what they are.
Alakan has a couple of people that he thinks that might be helpful for this. He will mention. Okay, so he will mention Daralashtai, that you might find in Greenwall in the Ondaran zone. He says that you'll be able to find Daralashtai at the Hanbalani Atlas. He says possibly he will know. Otherwise, he suggests... One second. He suggests... yeah, Relarain Torsus, a former adventurer, who is now the store owner of Better Not Hempier's, might know.
Okay, I'll start there. I'm just going to want to go talk to these people quick and
That's
say,
just in
hey,
West Market in Thranish Zone, so just down the road.
yeah, that one's closer. That was the major reason when you said. I remember you talking about that place before once.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, you remember. So Anders will remember that Withriel is engaged to Relarain Torsus. So let's give you a general picture of him here. NPCs. Relarain. And this is the AI depiction. Description says a tall, thin elf with a hawk nose and an appraising eye. Relarain is often dressed in the distinct emerald green and rich oaken browns that designate an elven expatriate from Valinar. He sports a pale blue brooch and matching bindi, a sure sign that he not only originates from the coast, but hints at his work with the strange happenings of Star Haunt. His over-shoulder sash is darker brown, with intertwined golden leaves reflecting his office. His hair is dark blonde, almost brown, and is held high on his head in an elaborate knot with a long jeweled pin that matches his brooch and bindi. You go into his shop, Better Not Hempier's, and find it a marvelous display of many different types of rope and other hempier products.
All right, it's 12 miles out.
spend a moment or two looking around. Does he approach immediately, or does he just remain at whatever his counter
He
is?
just sort of he notices you and says hello, but he doesn't approach you. No.
I'll look for a few moments, and then I will approach up to the counter and say, "There's a lot of interesting things here. But to be honest, this is not what I'm looking for. I was told that you are knowledgeable in the ways of creatures, things, rare, odd."
Yeah, he says, I used to, many years ago, venture into Starhaunt in the far away. Let's show you on the map. He'll actually have a map of Corvair here that he can point at for you, so that's interesting. You may not have seen a full map of Corvair, or at least for a while. He'll point to Kabara over here in this area. in the Kabaran jungle, where there were many, many different creatures. I specifically found a unique breed of spider that weaves displacement gossamer, and have incorporated that rare material into some of my more fine ropes, as you will see in the locked cabinets over there.
Interesting.
Have you ever seen a long-necked lady?
Long-necked lady.
Is that what that was called in that book?
Yeah.
And Anders is just going to turn and look at you and go, oh, that's just creepy.
He is going to make a check to see if long-necked lady means anything. $26? Sure. He says, long-necked lady. Long-necked lady. Does someone happen to say skin snakes in the same, like...
No, not yet.
No?
I mean, like, did I go in there?
I will mention, you say long-necked lady, and I'm saying, and they said you said this thing said they drink oil, and the people who saw them said they looked like flying shed snake skins.
Okay, yeah, that's
Right. He goes, oh.
Is this a cause for panic
Yes.
based on the look on his face?
No, it's somewhere around the disgust area.
Disgust, distaste, got it.
He says, okay, I don't know why you're asking for that, but sure, yeah, they're called Rokarukabi, or Rokarukubi. They come into being when mortals are cursed. Their neck extends, so they're transformed during their sleep. The neck extends and eventually detaches altogether, letting their heads roam free and engage in mischief.
Are these people even aware of that?
That's horrifying.
No, because it happens during their sleep, until they are fully transformed, at least. There's a brief period where nascent Rokurukubi might be salvaged by dispelling the curse, but before long they are fully consumed, never to sleep again.
What in the hell is wrong with this place?
He says, yeah. I mean, what do you mean this place? You mean there's some around here? Please don't tell me there's some around here.
Not after tonight, if we can help it. How do we kill them?
Well, fuck, he says.
I mean, Anders isn't going to fucking try to sugarcoat that. I'm just going to keep it quiet.
He says, with
Nobody else needs
extreme
to know
fucking prejudice. How else are you gonna fucking kill it?
Hey, I think you
I
need
like
to
this guy.
calm down, all right?
Does it,
I like this guy a lot.
does it, do you know if it has weaknesses?
Yeah, he got a 26. He says, well, I can tell you this. They're immune to sleep. As in the spell sleep and the effect sleep. Don't cast sleep on it. Don't try and make them sleep.
You know?
Says, so they are known to be able to extend their necks between 10 and 20 feet from their bodies. So they have a reach to them, and they are incredibly frightening. In other words, they demoralize people. So in game terms, okay, he doesn't say demoralize, but he says they are absolutely terrifying. You might, want to, store up on your heroism potions or something. He says, as far as weaknesses and vulnerabilities, he says he doesn't know of any, but he knows that they tend to be very quick to catch anything that is thrown at them. So, you know, if you're throwing potions, bombs.
So they like to play ball?
With the heads of their victims? Yeah. After
Well,
they've bitten their throats out.
Well, you just confirmed you're absolutely right on what these things are then. 'Cause that's how the few victims we found are already been taken.
So he basically is recommending extreme prejudice, not holding back, staying vigilant for their long reach from their neck, and being aware that they are incredibly frightening. But no weaknesses that he knows of.
Well, this has been incredibly helpful, and we'll be very appreciative. Hopefully, it'll keep us alive and these things dead.
He says, yeah, you might want to, like, let, you know, the local authorities know that you're hunting these things in case, you know.
Who do you think brought it to our attention?
Okay, okay.
So thank you, but yes, that's already been handled.
Great. I hope to see you again.
How much for the gossamer rope that you were talking about?
Doesn't really seem like you hope to see us again.
Okay, so it's very expensive.
No. Never mind. I can't afford mildly expensive. So
This is the sort of thing that, you know, for, well, he's just got rope here. So to give you an idea, 4 pounds of this material made into a suit will cost 850 gold. Now, the rope isn't that much, but that's, you know, that's the sort of area that you're looking at.
Give it to us. I mean, we're trying to help. Trying to save lives.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
He says, look, at least you know if you ever find any gossamer thread, you know where you can sell it. I'm always on the lookout for not having to go and harvest more.
well, you don't like milking the spiders or however that's done?
I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
I like this dude.
All right. So we know more than we did, and perhaps we're not happy that we know more than we did.
Any info is better than no info.
I personally think that we need to set out we need to get a barrel of lamp oil. And we need to draw them to it so that they go to eat it, and then just shoot it with a fucking flaming arrow and watch them burn.
Right.
Although, if they are flying around on fire, it might be a bad thing for the neighborhood.
And I think lighting anything on fire, if we're in the city, is probably not a good idea.
I mean, I don't want to get within reach of these things. I like my head attached and my neck intact. I prefer that, but I have other ideas.
Everyone would prefer that.
All right. Well, it's probably too late to go and do the full stuff. So we'll save that for next time. So next time, tune in next time for tracking down extending neck cursed creatures who bite out the throats of their victims and drink lamp oil. That'll be exciting. In the middle of the night, whatever preparations you guys want to make, have a think about that. Feel free to type those into the Discord during the week, what you think you might like to do in preparations for that, given that you've got a few hours. Thank you for participating today, for being here, even though life is crazy and life is hard. Really appreciate your time and your effort and all of the stuff. We are not going to be playing our normal Shankshan this week on Saturday night as usual, or the following week as DM and family are away. So just a notice for that. So you're not doing that. Otherwise, stay tuned. We will likely be around doing something as long as I can find the time to do it.
Maybe we'll play a co-op game.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do something. Nice to see everyone here. Thanks for the support. Thank you for viewing. And look after yourselves. Be kind to one another. And from me, Matt in a Hat, we're going to put us to the end screen, go and raid someone else, but we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.